I got 10 big names that came to my mind today thinking about the 2025 free agency list. So now I'm going to ask you guys to give them your 2025 free agency landing spot predictions.
Yes,
We're going to
sir.
start with T. Higgins, wide receiver. You both have him going back to the Bengals. Why is that?
Because I don't see the Bengals, as you said, have franchise tagged him. I don't see the Bengals let him go. And if they do let him go, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
It's just, I'll give you mine. I said Denver Broncos. Plain and simple. If I'm gonna have one gimme, it's this one. I want T. Higgins. You give him whatever he wants. You pay whatever he wants. You figure out how to move the cash and you do it. Because you need help for Bo Nix. You need help for this offense. You need to start opening that window. You need to be aggressive. You need to show that. Shows more than just signing a franchise. It's a culture.
This isn't the one guy to do it with.
What other guy is there right now other than I want Garrett Wilson? That's my 1A.
Cooper Kupp.
I don't want Cooper Kupp. I don't want Cooper Kupp. Don't want him.
I don't want T. Higgins.
Now, if he happens, I'm not going to complain.
Now,
but
we all know my great history of being a GM. I make some of the best decisions ever. Everything I say should be taken very seriously.
Listen, guys.
If I had it my way, the Broncos would be 0-17.
I think Dom wants to move on.
Guys, if you guys get T. Higgins or Cooper Kupp, you're in a better spot than you were this year.
This is true.
Amen.
So be happy.
Number 2, Trey Smith, offensive guard for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, but who could he be for in free agency? One of you go first. I mean,
I'll go first.
I literally set you up. You both failed me. You both failed
Hey,
me.
bro, I thought you were going to just
Yeah, I know.
I wish we had the fart button.
I took it away.
Yeah, you took it away.
for this moment. So I think he's going to go to the Ravens. I think the Ravens now need a guard after losing Ben Cleveland to prison. Georgia
we have
Bulldogs.
No filter on this show. All right, Don, that's your segue. Who do you think he's signing with?
Oh my God. I said the Bengals, not because I'm a Bengals fan, but
That line needs help. Again,
yes,
once again.
one thing that seems to apparently hold back the Bengals
Every
year after year
year. Yeah.
is
I mean, they
a
sign
awful
O-linemen
line.
every
Every
year,
year.
and
Every
they're
year.
good
So-
offensive linemen when they go in, and
Cody
then they get
Ford?
there, and they're like,
Cody Ford was good on the Bills.
They literally just shit the bed the second they get there.
The minute
So,
they put on them stripes,
Alex
I
Kappa?
don't know what to do. Yeah.
Trent Brown.
Well, I mean, come on now. Come on now.
He's 6'8".
You 6'8" all you want.
Just stand there, and that should be enough.
All right, well, then we'll move on to the next big guy in line. Ronnie Stanley, offensive tackle for the Ravens. He's the one good guy on the team.Maybe keep him. You both have him keeping there.
Yeah.
Staying
Yes,
there.
we
Yeah.
do.
So maybe you should keep him. Implement some good morals and ethics in that locker room.
I see no reason to pick up an offensive guard to let go of a great offensive tackle. Just doesn't resonate well with me. So it just
I mean,
makes
yeah,
sense
if you're
to
going to
me.
lose your left guard, you might as well retain your left tackle.
Yeah.
So you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the one good piece on the
Yeah,
line. So
right.
you're not wrong. I have him going to the New England Patriots. I think you need to draft an offensive lineman in the first round because you're not going to get Abdul Carter, I
That
don't
line
think.
sucks.
You're probably not getting Travis Hunter. You got Drake May. You need to protect the kid.
All
He's
because
got
you
a
beat the
pretty
Bills.
old face. He's young. You need to protect him. You need to make that last because if you don't protect that, then you're going to be restarting the quarterback
You get Joe
in
Milton,
2 or 3
maybe.
years. Even if you go with
QB
Joe
of the
Milton, you got
future.
no line. What is he going to do? I mean, yeah, he can run.
He's going to throw it into the end zone every play.
But I think this would be a huge splash out. You got plenty of money. This will not kill the bank whatsoever. What do you have to lose? Go get your quarterback a left tackle and Ronnie Stanley. Hopefully he learns not to kick step and kill the momentum of that offense. But
Vrabel will knock it out of him.
So Nick, I want you to go first for this one because this is your guy, Sam Darnold. Where do you predict he lands?
So if I had to pick a team other than like being banished to the Canadian Football League,
Shadow Realm.
I would say Sam Darnold is going to go back to New York, but
The
not with the
Canadian
Jets. He's
Football
going to
League.
go to the Giants and take over for Drew
such a
Lock,
weird fit.
Daniel Jones.
Such a weird fit.
Brian, you can't tell me Brian Dable might not be able to get
No.
something out of
I'm
him.
not. I see it. It's such a weird fit. I don't also want to see him in blue and red. I don't.
I don't want to see him anywhere.
Yeah.
To be
No.
honest with
I
you.
like Sam Darnold. I just don't know if that's the spot for him.
I don't think
It's a
it would.
realistic spot.
Let me
but-
say this: I don't think it would be successful, but I think it's a realistic landing spot for where Sam Darnold is and where the Giants are.
God, I can't watch them pay another guy and it fail brutally. Dom, yours is a huge case to be made. I need to hear this.
I said Sam Darnold is going to the Titans, and it's my pick because I think if
Very
he's
well
a guy that can turn the Titans around, maybe there's a chance.
If they truly are, like they've been saying, to go after Abdul Carter with the first overall pick, maybe this is true.
Yeah, I mean,
Because this is your fallback option. You need a quarterback. Well, Levis is not it. So
they have Tony Pollard.
So, yeah, maybe Sam Darnold is the bridge for right now.
Is Calvin Ridley there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he went from the Jaguars to the Titans,
didn't
right?
he? Yeah.
He's there.
And I don't know. I'm looking at the Titans, and I'll talk more about it, especially later on in this segment.
Yeah.
But I think the Titans have a very bright future.
All right, cool. So I went with the Las Vegas Raiders, and I know that sounds wacky, but I think that Pete Carroll needs to get a quarterback ASAP. I think that if he can't land his guy in Russell Wilson, he's going to go to the next best thing from last season, because I don't know how deep he'll look in the draft. He's going to go with a guy like Sam Brown, who succeeded last year, because if he can bring any winning culture to the team, that's a win in itself, because he's going to try to establish veterans, leadership, and old school football and running the ball down the hill. And you can do that with Darnold. You can do play action pass with Darnold. He can achieve all of those things, and then you can fill other holes. And I believe the Raiders have a decent amount of money. So I'm going to say that this is a decent landing spot. I don't know that it actually happens, but in my ideal world, I think this is a realistic spot you could see him go to.
Sure.
Next, we got on the list. This one I did not even realize he was only on a 1-year deal this year because of the injury.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, wide receiver. He was on the Texans this year, if you did not know. So, boys, where do we think he lands?
I think he's going to wind up in Green Bay helping out Jordan Love.
It's a weird fit, but I low-key could see this happening.
It is a weird fit, but the Packers need something.
Young quarterback, you need some leadership, a guy that's not taken away from the offense, but he'll add to the guys there still that are still
assuming he's the same player he was.
Yeah, exactly.
Comes back just as strong from the injury. But I said the Denver Broncos.
This was
I thought you mentioned T. Higgins. You mentioned
it's one
Cooper
receiver
Kupp.
that's not been mentioned, and now it's going to float now.
Yeah.
Hopefully because of this.
So Stephon Diggs, I think there's a significant case he goes to the Broncos. Broncos need that wide receiver. This is a guy he's on the older side, but he's not super old. I mean, he's still got plenty of talent and time left in him.
The only concern is the diva behavior behind it. That
I just don't think it's a
Sean
Sean Payton guy.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
but maybe he gets him and he puts him in
turns
his
him
place.
around.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't know.
Belichick tried to do it with AB
Exactly. So, I mean,
and Randy Moss.
it's definitely interesting. I'm not opposed to it. It's not my first option.
I wouldn't be upset if it happened.
But if it happened, I wouldn't be surprised either. If this is something that would happen, you pick up a guy who's cheap, because he probably is going to go for cheap this year. He's probably going to be on another 1-year deal if he goes for league minimum, probably. I can't see them paying him huge money off an ACL tear.
It'll be a similar contract to what Chris Godwin's going to get.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Next, you got Najee Harris, which this one very well could be not even worth mentioning, but they didn't give him his 5th-year option, which tells me that there is some potential that he could be going somewhere else this
I think
offseason.
he's staying with the Steelers.
You do?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
He's too good to let
He
go
fits
of.
there perfectly. It's his
Yeah,
spot.
exactly.
I mean, if he's thinking about his career and longevity, he should stay.
Yeah.
But in my eyes, this is where I'm at with it. It's an odd pick, but I think the Las Vegas Raiders are another place for him to go. And the reason I say that, he's Pete Carroll's modern Marshawn Lynch. Down the hill football.
I see it. But
sorry, go
no,
ahead.
you go.
Think about
Awkward
this.
moment right there.
Think about how long Najee Harris could be in the NFL if his team is only giving him like 4 carries every playoff game.
I feel like I'm catching a lot of strays today.
Last week was way worse. Way worse.
Well, now I'm getting subtle ones.
Last week was way worse. All right, Russell Wilson. Let's just get to it.
Boo.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
I said he's going to the Raiders because Pete Carroll's not going to let him not go to the Raiders.
Shanghai Sharks.
What?
He's going to the Shanghai Sharks. He's going to China.
No. He's staying in the league whether you like it or not.
Out of here.
No.
He's too good to not be in the league.
All right, you got him on the Raiders. You got him staying home.
I got him staying with the Steelers. I don't see him leaving. Now, what other situation is going to be better? And you could
Do you want
say
me to
Pete
tell you?
Carroll. You could
You
say
want
Pete
me to
Carroll.
tell you?
But Pete Carroll
I got one
shipped him
for you.
out.
I got one for you.
Go ahead.
Tennessee Titans.
No.
Why? Why not? Why not?
They don't fit.
Why not?
He doesn't gel.
Do you think it's a potential?
Do you think Tony Pollard and a washed Calvin Ridley is going to be enough? To
Nick, respectfully, you don't
carry
think
Russell
anything
Wilson?
would be enough
Do you
to
think
carry
the
Russell Wilson?
Titans defense is going to carry Russell Wilson? Do you think Brian Callahan is going to carry Russell Wilson? No.
You don't know
I
till you know.
think it'll be a great fit.
They need a quarterback. At what point? What do they lose in doing it?
So what?
What do they lose in doing it?
The only reason I can't argue this is
Money.
because I said Sam
I mean,
Darnold
that is
earlier.
true. That is true.
But
I don't know, but in a world where, say, Darnold gets signed right away by someone, and
Yeah.
it's not Titans,
yeah, and
could you see Russ being their fallback?
absolutely? I
It's an upgrade over Will Levis.
don't
immediately.
think it will happen, but yes, it is.
You really
definitely
don't
a
think Russ
possibility.
is an upgrade over Will
At
Levis?
this point in time, I would
Nick
rather
is just
have
a
Will
bias
Levis.
hater.
Well, we just mentioned it.
Let's move
I'm not.
on.
I'm not going to argue about
Let's
it.
move on.
But Justin Fields, we did just mention.
Staying with the Steelers.
I was gonna say,
There's
you
no
wanna
way
just-
they're going to let him
We
go.
all agreed. I think he's the future of that team.
I mean, I don't
Throw
think,
it
Unless-
right now.
He goes to Seattle.
which I think would be actually
Let's
really
say
interesting.
You had the interesting one.
I think this would be a decent fit. Genuinely. Think about it.
Decent fit, yes. Realistic, no.
Mike McDonald would know how to
Don't
coach
know.
a guy like that because he came from the Ravens with Lamar Jackson and saw how he was coached.
Yep.
So who's to say he can't replicate that success with Justin Fields?
I agree.
I mean,
think
I
it
wouldn't
would
be
an
sad.
interesting
I think you wouldn't be sad.
I wouldn't at all.
It's at least an upgrade over Geno for now.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say if you didn't agree with that, I was gonna lose it. I was like, I can't take Will Levis and Geno at the same time. That's a lot of fucking shitty takes.
That's
at
a lot
once.
of crocs of bullshit.
That's
what
yeah,
that is.
that's exactly what that is. Next, we got Aaron Jones, running back.
I think
Panthers.
he's going to the Cowboys.
Damn, no one
Panthers.
thinks. Okay, I was gonna say Panthers.
Panthers.
This one's interesting because
He will be
signed.
absolutely lethal next to Bryce Young and Chuba Hubbard.
Say they just re-signed Chuba or extended Chuba Hubbard this season.
They have another running back, don't they?
Jonathan Brooks, I believe his name was.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I don't.
but he's out for all next season with that ACL tear. He's had 2 ACL tears since being drafted.
But
He had
Aaron
one in the
Jones
offseason,
ancient.
one last year during preseason.
Exactly.
Maybe that prompts them to pick up a running back. because
sign
you're out with
Aaron
it.
They're not
Jones for
competing,
a
though.
1 year deal.
Well, I never claimed that.
Is
Never
Aaron
claimed
Jones
that.
going to want to go to the Panthers?
I mean, he has no option at this point. Is
He
he
probably
is he
might.
considered a premier running back still?
He needs to.
I don't know
No.
what his market looks like yet.
I mean, I think we're starting to see the running back market turn back around after what Saquon done. Saquon
That's
has done.
Saquon. He's in
And
his
Derrick
own. He's
Henry
in his
has
own
done.
tier. He's in his own tier. Saquon's in his own tier.
Look at Derrick Henry.
MVP tier, baby.
Okay, stop. You're gonna get Nick riled up.
He's gonna get rowdy.
He's been calm today. He has been calm. I had him staying with the Minnesota Vikings. I think it was a great fit. I don't think he goes anywhere. I think they figured out a way to get him to keep him. I mean, what are you going to do with the running back position? This class is loaded this year in the draft, but what else can you do? You need to maintain that. So, especially if you're going to lose him, you're going to have a rookie quarterback. Assuming
Yeah,
they
you're going to
don't
need someone that
go,
knows the offense.
assuming they don't go Daniel Jones to start.
Mm-hmm.
But don't be surprised if that happens. And last, but certainly not least, Nick, you can go first. I know you're going to jump on it. Nick Bolton, linebacker.
He is a Bronco.
Dude, you say it the same tone every week. How do you get that every week?
He
I
is a
practice this at
Bronco.
home.
He said before he goes to bed,
I
he
sit
has a
in the mirror
5-step
and-
routine where he says it for 5 minutes, each word for 5 minutes,
He,
so he can get it exactly.
he
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
Dom, where do you have him going or staying? If
He's
you will?
staying with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree with
I
you.
mean, I don't see him leaving. There's no reason the Chiefs would let him go. If the Chiefs are going to let him go, it's going to be no. If the Chiefs do let someone go, it's going to be somebody like the hell's his name? Taylor Swift. That's
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce, or that.
You just forget Travis Kelce's name?
Yes, but I do remember Taylor Swift because I see him.
That's a low.
Bro.
That is a low.
Bro.
I just
that is
forgot.
a low.
It just escaped my mind.
You
It's
can
like,
dislike him all you want, but to forget Travis Kelce's name is a new one. Not one that I expected. I can say that.
you know what I mean, though.
Let's move on. Let's not keep the suffering as everlasting.